When you think of China and sport, you might think of gymnastics or this form of tennis. But this 25-year-old is part of a new generation, trying to put tennis on the map in the world's most populous country. She's responsible for one of the biggest upsets in Wimbledon history. Hi, I'm Anjali Rao on Centre Court in Hong Kong. My guest today is a Chinese national hero. She's Zheng Jie, and this is TalkAsia.
Having staged the Olympic Games now, I always say that it's not a question of if, but when China will have a #1 player in the world.
In 2006, Zheng Jie scored Grand Slam doubles titles at Wimbledon and in Australia. Then her real coming out party in 2008 at Wimbledon, when she stunned tennis fans, upsetting top seed Anna Ivanovic. She advanced to the semi-finals and with the generous paycheck, gave back to those in her native Sichuan province after last year's devastating earthquake. Today, the future seems bright for Jie and her compatriots.
The exposure is there, the money is there, the enthusiasm is there, and most importantly, Chinese people know that they can compete with the world's best in tennis on the world stage, so it's very exciting times for Chinese tennis.
Jie, welcome to the programme. It's great to have you with us today. First of all, just let me ask you how you feel about where your tennis game is right now.
I think tennis brings a lot to me now and has changed my life, so I think I enjoy the tennis more and more.
One of the biggest upsets in Wimbledon history was when you beat Anna Ivanovic. It really was a stunning moment. Just relive for us what happened.
The 2008 Wimbledon is a very beautiful memory for me because with the wild card, I made it to the semifinals. First of all, I am really grateful for the wild card given by Wimbledon. Anna was the #1 player, and I beat her, which brought me so much confidence. With that confidence, I was able to reach the semifinals, so that match was really important for me.
It was certainly a fairy tale story, wasn't it? A wild card coming from nowhere to make it to the semi-finals of Wimbledon. Did you think at that point that you could go all the way, perhaps win Wimbledon?
It didn't occur to me before, because I thought I was going to play the qualifiers. But so unexpectedly, Wimbledon gave me a wild card. I just wanted to give it a try. Last year, I hurt my wrist. Besides, I just started to try playing singles shortly before Wimbledon, so I really didn't think I could make it to the semi-finals.
So take me back to the exact point when you won. There's Anna Ivanovic on the other side of the court. Everybody, of course, would have assumed that she would win, but she didn't. You did. What went through your mind? What were the feelings racing through you right then?
I think at that match, I didn't bear any burden, because anyway, she was world #1. I just wanted to enjoy the process of the match. But I have made full preparations for that, and I watched her previous game, so I was well prepared and won the game finally. I thought the match would be very difficult. It never occurred to me that I'd win the match in 2 straight sets. When I won the match, I felt I was finally over the low point of my injuries. It was very exciting.
Unfortunately, you were then knocked out of the competition by Serena Williams. How big a disappointment was that for you?
Of course, I was a bit down, but I think I tried my best. Serena is a fantastic player, She's very strong. Actually, there was a good chance for me during the second set. If I could have advanced to a final set, who knows what could have happened. But unfortunately, I couldn't capitalize on the chance I had in the second set. But to me, being a part of a Wimbledon semifinal brings me a lot of treasures for the future. It makes me more experienced in confronting such situations during important competitions in the future.
Something like 100 million people watched that match, you against Serena Williams. What was the experience like for you of becoming a national hero back home in China?
Before the match, I heard there would be hundreds of thousands of people in China watching. Of course, I was a bit nervous. Tennis isn't a major sport in China, so for the first time, there were so many of my compatriots giving me attention. It was a huge honor. After my performance at Wimbledon, when I returned to China, I was welcomed by a huge crowd at the airport. Many more than the journalists and tennis fans who welcomed me after I won my 2 Grand Slam doubles titles. I was thrilled that I could turn so many people's attention to tennis.
You donated all of your winnings from Wimbledon to the victims of the Sichuan earthquake. How come you decided to do that? I made this decision even before I got into the semifinals. I just didn't think I could go that far. Of course, it gave me faith. Sichuan is my hometown. My parents and most of my friends are in Sichuan. So it's really heartbreaking for me to see Sichuan undergo such a big disaster. I hope I can do more things to help them. You do have a reputation for showing your feelings when you're on court. Why is it that when you're there, the emotions just overtake and you've got to vent?